Okay. So, Adriana, we've talked about you feeling a lot of pressure, right? Tell me about the pressure that you feel sometimes at school.
My work pressure, getting my good grades pressure. Uh, the other pressure is
Speak up a little loud.
my other pressure is keeping you happy.
Why do you feel like well, where do you feel like this pressure is coming from to do well at school?
My family.
So you feel like your family is putting pressure on you?
Yeah, but only in one thing.
What is that one thing?
One thing is school. They put pressure on things that they know I could do, and I don't try my hardest all the time with it.
Why do you think that you don't try your hardest?
Because sometimes I don't get the best grades, and I know I can do better.
So what do you think you could do in order to try a little bit harder without feeling like you have pressure on you?
I do want a tutor.
You want a tutor? So have you talked to your family about getting a tutor? Why haven't you said anything?
Well, I thought most of my family members were very smart people, so I thought they wouldn't need a tutor. But when I found out my mom needed a tutor for dance, that made me feel better.
Yeah. So you know that your mom had a tutor, so why haven't you asked her to get you some help? Because then that would probably relieve your pressure, right?
Yeah, but I didn't find it until today. It wasn't until today.
What happened today?
Today, me and my mom were talking about my project,
Mm-hmm.
and she mentioned something about Beyonce's sister being her dance tutor when she was little.
Uh-huh.
So that made me feel better that I know that my family members can need help as well.
Right. So that makes you feel better to know that you're not the only one in your family that needed help. So does that kind of help you have a little bit less pressure?
Yes.
So are you trying anything? Remember so we made your pressure pictures. Have you been drawing in here?
No, I've been feeling very pressured lately.
But that day we made this, you felt a lot of pressure, right? Can you tell me what happened that day? Do you remember?
That day,
With your spelling test?
I cheated on my spelling
And
test.
why did you cheat on your spelling test?
I was feeling pressured
Pressure to do what?
to make my mom proud of me.
You wanted to make your mom proud of you, right? So you cheated on your spelling test. And so we talked about how that wasn't a good choice, right? So what could you have done differently that day? Speak up a little bit.
Maybe do the best I could.
Yeah, and what could you have done all week so that you would have gotten 100 instead of cheat on your test? Practice your words, and you've done that since then, right? And you made 100 last week. I haven't graded your test yet, but you did really good after you kind of learned your lesson, right? So do you feel a little less pressure now? Good. How was your weekend?
Good.
What'd you do?
My mom signed me up for cooking class, which was a big surprise for me.
Mm-hmm.
And but I also got to see the people that worked at church with me.
Uh-huh.
And because I've been missing church lately, so I was just really happy to go back.
So you were happy to go to church? Did that kind of make you feel really good to go to church? I know when I go to church, I feel much better too, as opposed to when I don't go to church.
And before I went to bed, I took a nice second bath.
You took a nice bath. Do baths help you feel better too? Yeah? What else makes you feel better?
Talking about it.
Talking about it? So when we talk about stuff, does that make you feel better too?
Yes.
What else? What else can you do if you can't talk to me or if you don't have your notebook? What else could we do? It's okay.
I could talk to my mom about it.
Mm-hmm. Have you been starting to talk to your mom a little more?
Yes, but I've also been talking to Honey.
Yeah, and who's Honey?
She's my great grandmother.
She's just your grandmother. She's not your great grandmother. And what happens when you talk to Honey?
It makes me feel better because one time I thought I lost my spelling homework, so she just told me to calm down and we can do it over again before I went to bed.
So when you talk to your mom, you feel better. When you go to church, you feel better. When you talk to me, you feel better. But mostly when you talk to Honey is when you feel really good. Yeah. Well, that's good.
Because you told me that I don't need to worry a lot.
Yeah, because you're too little to worry so much, right?
Yes.
You gotta. That also adds to your pressure because you're worrying about things you don't really need to be worrying about, right? So, what do you think works the best for you when you're feeling all this stress and all this, when you're so upset and everything?
Well, I also like taking naps to calm down.
Ooh, but what if you can't take a nap? Like, you can't take a nap at school. We're not in kindergarten anymore.
I wish we were.
I know, me too. I wish I could take a nap. So what could you do if we're in class and you feel upset?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do anything like in your seat to make yourself feel a little bit better?
Yes.
What can you do?
Sometimes I like to so I'm kind of dumb but joy, and so I like to mess with my fingers sometimes.
Ooh, I like to mess with paper clips when I'm nervous.
You do?
Uh-huh. I usually have a paper clip in my pocket, and I'll unravel it and kind of like play with it in my hand. I don't know if you ever noticed, but I do play with paper clips a lot. I have a lot of broken paper clips everywhere I go. So I don't know if that's something that you might want to try too. But no, you'd probably get in trouble with paper clip, huh? Yeah. So you have to.
And to help me calm down, and if I can't play, I kind of can't play during class. I just like read a book to calm down.
Reading a book is a good way to calm down too. So do you think you're going to have a good week this week?
Yes.
What are some things that we can do to help you have a better week?
Well, that's kind of my choice.
Huh?
Kind of my choice during the week.
Well, yeah, it's your choice, but what kind of good choices can you make?
Probably like do my spelling homework and reading long.
Uh-huh.
Listen in class.
Listen in class. And then what about at home? What can you do?
Do my spelling homework and more homework. Because Mommy's been telling me that spelling homework's a part of your homework.
Uh-huh. So. Can you help out at home?
Yes, I do.
What are some things that you do at home?
Well, I live with my grandma, so I have a still grandpa. I don't know what to call him, but I call him Terrence.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when he makes salads or fresh fruit, I cut up the tomatoes, and he taught me how to make them equal.
Oh, you get to cut it with a knife?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Then it's like this big.
And so what else?
At top at home, I do chores, even though I don't get paid.
Oh, you don't get an allowance. What if you did? Or do you get any kind of like prize or something if you help?
Yes. Either I get a little chocolate muffin.
Ooh.
Or sometimes my mom will get something for her job, because the last time I helped her out, she got me a nice pretty nightgown that I could grow into.
And that makes you feel good?
Yeah.
So do you see when you do what you need to do, please stop. When you do what you need to do, like if you behave in my class, what do you get?
I get a bunch of with the root, and here I also get an extra long recess.
Mm-hmm. So when you do good things,
and I get to go to treasure pack.
Right. So is that starting to add up to you? When you do good things, you get good things,
Yes.
And when you do not so good things, you don't get anything, right? So this week, are we going to try to keep our eye on the prize, right? Keep your eye on that long recess. Keep your eye on the treasure box. And having lunch with me next week, because we're not going to be able to do it today, huh?
Are we not doing it today?
Did you get S's last week?
Yeah, but you wrote something in my conduct binder. You wrote something in my conduct.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I can't remember. I'll look at it.
You wrote something in but I couldn't understand it.
Well, I'll try to see. Okay, and then so we know what to do to have better conduct, and what about for the less pressure, or when you feel pressure?
If I'm at school, I will either read a book or mess with my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm at home, I will just try to calm down and either take a nap at home
Or talk to
my mom
and let them know how you feel, right? Very good. Okay, I think that's it. Good job. Oh no, we have 5 more minutes. Sit down. You told me last week that you were kind of sad about your grandfather.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, he died last year, so I'm still pretty upset about it because my Mimi has been constipated about that. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So because you've seen her upset, you're getting upset.
Yeah, because I don't like seeing my family members upset.
Yeah, I don't like seeing my family members upset either. So, have you thought of what did Miss Mosier tell you to try to do when you feel upset?
Well, she told me to go on and adult, and if I can't do that, I should normally just try to breathe out.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get constipated too.
Okay. Have you thought about like happy times you had with your grandfather? Does that ever make you feel better? What's a happy time that you could think of?
Before he went to what's the place called where old people go? I forgot what it's called.
Retirement home?
Yeah. Before he went to the retirement home, we used to go to the park together, and me and my grandfather were the same color, and we both had the same. We both loved the same kind of pudding.
Oh, so would you eat pudding at the park?
Yes.
And what else? And just kind of talk and hang out. So do you think that helps to think about happy times, and then you won't be upset?
Mm-hmm.
So is that something you could think about whenever you feel like you're missing him, when you're breathing and stuff? Could you also use that when you're getting upset at school, or when you're upset at home? You could think of happy times.
Yeah, because I also get upset at home when my dad eats my stuff. That's kind of on me because I don't.
Yeah. So I bet that would also help too if you kept your room clean.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep my room too because I want to keep my iPad.
Yeah. Did you get all your Christmas presents?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
And what did you do to get your Christmas presents?
Do the right thing instead of the wrong thing.
Oh, so you see? You do good things, you get good stuff, right?
Yes.
So we're going to keep on practicing that, right? Okay?
You have 2 more minutes.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yes.
What?
I'm going to talk about wear clothes like teachers do at school.
Because you have a uniform.
I can't teach you how the uniform's on too.
We have to wear, we have a dress code too.
You do?
Yeah, I can't wear jeans every day or t-shirts, just on Fridays.
What?
So is there anything about feelings that you want to talk about, or
Yes.
what?
I've been feeling constipated about this thing. Well, I haven't been feeling constipated about it, but...
What do you mean constipated when you say constipated?
I mean, like, I've been feeling worried about it.
Uh-huh. So it makes your stomach hurt.
It's a lot.
So what are you worried about? You can tell me.
You promise you won't tell my mom?
I promise. And she won't see this, so it's okay.
Don't get mad at me, but I've kind of been friends with Deja. Don't be mad at me. Please don't.
I'm not mad at you for being friends with her, but it's about your decisions that you make
Yeah.
when you're playing with her, right?
I mean, like, I'm friends with her, but I'm not I'm not buddy with her. I just mean I've been hanging out with her every now and then. So.
But is she being nice to you when you're being nice to her? Well, then that's what matters, because you went through a time where she was kind of bullying you, right? And so that's why your mom and I were kind of trying to get you to make better choices when it comes to your friends, because she wasn't being very nice to you. Just like someone else wasn't being very nice to you before in first grade either, right?
Who?
I'm not going to say any names.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, your mom has friends and I have friends. And usually when people, as adults, when people don't treat you nicely or fairly, then you kind of back off from them. So that's kind of like what we were trying to teach you, was that if someone doesn't treat you right or makes you cry or upsets you, then that's not your real friend. But people change, people grow up, and I think she's grown up, so I think that's okay. But everything that we talk about stays between me and you. Unless you're going to hurt yourself or do anything crazy, then I'd have to say something. But I don't think that's going to happen, right?
No. I don't think the only thing I've done crazy so far this month is probably done the trampoline bungee jumping things.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's okay.
I would say much time real
I think it's good.
Stay in it.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.